Welcome back, everybody, to another beautiful episode of Distant Chips with my lovely and beautiful co-host Kendall, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm Fred. So
And I'm Kendall. What's going on, everybody? It's been a while, but we've both been busy and dealing with a lot of different shit.
very busy this last month. It's kind of crazy, you know. A few family things, a few work things, life. Kendall, what have you been up to, man? Any exciting things? Anything cool? Tried any new foods?
Other than working a shit ton,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
uh, basically a new chicken place opened up near me where the
Mm.
KFC Taco Bell used to be called Dave's Hot Chicken.
Dude, there's one
Uh,
opening up over here. They've been popping up. I mean, they're not open yet, but they're gonna open up. It looks like a whoopee cushion, right, or something like that, like the face.
like it's like those classic
Rubber
yellow
chickens.
rubber chickens or
Yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. There used to be a Dairy Queen or something that closed down over here or something. Not Dairy Queen. Baskin Robbins or something. Over here, across the street from the Angel Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, they closed down, and the other day I was just having to pass by there because there's a Starbucks on the corner, and I was going to go grab some Starbucks, and you can see the picture of that thing, and I'm like, dude, I've been seeing these things pop up everywhere. Have you tried it?
Yes, I have, and I fucking love it. That shit's great.
Really? All right, cool, cool. I'm
Yep.
excited because I saw it. It hasn't opened yet, but I see it like getting ready to open up, and I'm like, all right, I don't know anybody that's tried it yet, but what'd you get?
For me, I got the number two hot and added cheese on everything,
So,
which basically is two sliders
mm-hmm.
with two gigantic fucking pieces of chicken
Yeah,
that they put on the sliders, and their special slaw and their special sauce on top
nice.
of it, and come served with fries. Now, the only bad thing is that their combos don't come with any drinks,
Oh, that's like a separate
so
thing.
yeah.
All
But
right.
like they have a simple menu that's basically kind of like In and Outs, where it's like you have your 1, 2, 3 combo.
Right, right, right.
One is one slider and one chicken tender. The other one's two sliders, and then the other last one's two chicken tenders.
Oh,
And
okay.
then they have various degrees of like how spicy you want it.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I get hot, which is their third highest,
Okay.
because the hottest one or whatever is Reaper, which is you have to sign the waiver for and
Yeah,
shit.
nah, I'll pass on that shit, man.
So, but for me, hot is a perfect mix of spice and flavor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I get that, and I get it on sliders.
Okay.
So, and yeah, it's just real good.
So that's it, just basically tenders and sliders?
Hmm.
Oh, that's tight. Okay.
And then, you can get extra fries on the side.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can order their slaw also, like more of their coleslaw on the side,
Oh, okay.
or mac and cheese.
Ooh, tight, man. Yeah, yeah. I've been seeing it pop up. I'm kind of waiting for it to open up because I'm kind of excited. I want to try it out.
It's real good. It's a little pricey because, like I said, the way that I ordered the number two by adding cheese on everything, it comes
Yeah.
out to like $16. But damn, it'll fill you up and it's delicious as fuck.
Okay.
And
Well.
it's got varying spices all the way to no spice,
Mm-hmm.
from no spice all the way up to Reaper. So it's got plenty of different heat levels
That's
for
cool.
you to figure out, what you want and everything. So
I like that because in that way I can take the kids and I can get them like their tenders with no spice, and then I can get
yeah,
myself the hot or whatever and try it out. Oh, that's sick. Well, I guess I got a new place I got to check out.
yep. So other than that, obviously because one of the things we're going to be talking about later, I started playing a little bit of WoW again.
Oh, nice.
Just chill and have something to mindlessly grind away at,
Mm-hmm.
as what it's good for.
Get yourself ready. Did you start a new character?
Yep.
Okay, okay, okay. Um, well, I myself, let me see, what have I been? I've been working, trying out for a new position. Let me see. Looking up tools. I just bought the rotors and the brakes for the Focus. Kind of excited to do
Hmm.
that. I like to.
The rear, the rear ones
No,
or the
no,
front
no. The
ones?
front ones, the rear ones are drums on that thing. God, I hate drums.
I thought you were talking about you were going to be like doing the rear conversion.
Oh no, I've been wanting to for the longest time, but I haven't gotten around to it. One of these days, I mean, because there's been times where I go kind of back and forth with whether how long I want to keep it, or if I want to sell it or something.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, "Ugh, I just don't want to sell it just to anybody. I mean, it's still a good chassis and it's still good. But for now, I don't know. Maybe I'll give it to one of the boys for a little bit or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll sell it to you, Kendall. Who knows? Who knows what the future
Hey,
says?
maybe I can make it like a track car or some
There you
shit.
go. Yeah, we'll do a manual conversion later. Yeah, no, I just so far I just wanted to do the front brakes. I was looking, but you know what? This is where I wanted to get to. It's just really expensive, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like I was able to find this stuff cheap because normally what I would do is I don't go full race car stuff, right, on these cars. But what I like to do is get maybe a little bit of upgraded rotor, a little bit better brake pads, just because it's a safety thing, right? It's brakes.
Yeah.
So I'm
And then
not,
your basic bolt-ons like maybe an intake
yeah,
or
things like that. But like, I mean, I don't go too crazy on the Focus because it's just for now it's a daily driver. I just like to keep it running all right. But I do like to give it like a few little extra things here and there. Uh, but dude, this it's hell of expensive right now, man. I didn't realize. I was like, well, minding my own business, thinking I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get some slotted rotors, some maybe hawk pads or some ABC, and then all of a sudden slap in the face with like 200 and like something bucks, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna do regular rotors and regular ass brake pads. Sorry, bro. I go, it's not in the cards for you today, sir. I was like,
I don't know if it's because like the Focus is older because that one's what 05,
it
06,
isn't. It's 05.
05?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's just because of how old the car is. You would think it'd be a lot easier and cheaper because of, more aftermarket, parts and shit.
You would
But
think so. Well, I mean, I'm thinking right now it's probably the whole
then
shortage
again,
of
it's like I don't
everything.
know what the cutoff point for like
Nah, most of the time,
people wanting to manufacture that kind of shit anymore.
no, a lot of the time you can still find it. I mean, hell, I can still find rotors and stuff for the car for the Integra, but
Well,
some,
yeah, but that Japanese import, those have
oh,
always been like kind of like
yeah. I mean, you can find it. It's just, are you willing to pay the price? I guess is what it is. You can find. I mean, they're there, and I've paid. I remember when I did the Integra, I did slotted rotors front and rear. I did like performance pads, and then I got steel braided lines, and I ended up spending like close to like $400 for the whole thing. But then again, steel braided lines, you're never gonna. I mean, you don't replace like every once in a while. You're just gonna replace the rotors and the brake pads. But still, it's besides the point. I'm just saying, like, I was like, when I saw 250, I'm like, yo, 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 we're getting pretty up there. And they're just fronts. I mean, what I'm saying is I did front and rear.
hmm
But I mean, it is maybe just I'm not used to paying that stuff anymore. But still, yeah, that happened, and then I'm just excited because I'm gonna get to use my new Milwaukee Impact and Ratchet. I'm like, I finally get to bust them out. So I'm gonna be probably doing that next week, doing a quick brake job on it, and then maybe in a couple more weeks an oil change. Put royal purple, and it may not be exciting to most people listening, but let me tell you, I'm really, dude, I'm so weird. I'm really partial to royal purple on the Focus,
hmm
but on the Integra, I kind of like Motul or like Enos. Maybe a little Mobile One. That's a little
Didn't she
different.
used to use Royal Purple on the Integra?
I used it a couple of times. It's not bad, but I switched. I ended up using it on the Focus because the Focus loved it. I
hmm
don't know why. It just there's something about it, the way it runs. It just runs great with it. And then I put it a couple times in the Integra, but yeah, I ended up going back to like Mobile One. It just runs right. I don't know. Or some of the Japanese oil brands, it runs alright. I think this last time I did Mobile One on both, and yeah, I don't know. I don't like the way that it runs. It's weird. I don't know.
Eh.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, just working too. Also, really busy this last month.
Pick up any crazy games that you've been playing other than
Dude,
Fortnite? Because I hear they just released
no building.
they were starting to release Street Fighter characters
Dude,
or
they're gonna.
Capcom
Yeah, yeah,
characters on Fortnite right now.
they're gonna have Blanca and I think it's Sakura. Is that who it was? Anyways, yeah, but they're having some Street Fighter characters. They had Moon Knight on there. I picked him up. I don't know if you've been watching Moon Knight on Disney Plus. It's good.
Nope. I've been just chilling on HBO Max at the moment. I haven't been watching on anything else.
Mm.
So it's like I've been catching up on a lot of shit. Like I watched Free Guy. I watched both of the Sherlock Holmes movies with
Mm-hmm.
Robert Downey Jr. as Sherlock,
Okay.
which is great, by the way.
I haven't
So,
watched them. I gotta watch them. Um, Free Guy was a good movie.
oh, it was a great movie. Free
Uh,
Guy was great.
Yeah.
A lot of video game references, and
Yes.
it's kind of hilarious to see how like the NPCs are all like, yeah, you know what? I'm tired of all the
Mm.
killings and the
Yeah.
stabbings because
It's always
it's
them.
basically like the NPCs of like a Grand Theft Auto game type shit or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a cool little movie. It's really nice.
So I enjoyed it. It was funny. It was cool. A lot of cool references.
Yeah. Well, talking about gamers and people, Kendall, I wanna break into a little social media news. Um, this happened. I felt like it happened really quick. I don't know what you thought, but like all of a sudden it comes out. Elon Musk buys like what was it like 9% of 9% of Twitter. I think it was or 14%, somewhere around those lines. And then all of a sudden, the next set of news was like, yo, he put in a bid to buy Twitter. And then the next news was like, Twitter doesn't want to get bought out. And they're trying to do a poison pill thing where they're allowing people to buy more shares. And then all of a sudden, it comes back that, you know what, they are going to accept a deal with Elon Musk. And then all of a sudden, it's like, Elon Musk owns Twitter? In a span of a week or some shit, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like when it comes to like big things like this, I don't. I mean, technically, I don't know if he technically owns it now or if he's just like majority shareholder and owns it that way. But I know, like with the $44 billion deal,
Yeah. So for
which
my
is what they agreed on.
So, from my understanding, right now, Twitter is a public company, right? It's publicly traded, so you can go buy it on the stock market. You can buy its shares now. When this deal's finalized and he pays out all the shareholders, he takes it private. So it'll be his private company. Like now, I don't know if it's still going to be traded. I don't think it's going to be openly traded, but then again, I don't know. Tesla is traded company, but SpaceX and his Boring company are not.
Yeah, and the funny thing is when all of this happened, like over the course of the last month,
Yeah,
it or even just in the past week, it's gone from $1,000 per share of Tesla to $873 a share for Tesla.
yeah.
So that dropped quite a bit.
A lot of I will say though, a lot of dipping into from tech to a little bit of stock news. Um, a lot of people have been fearing a recession coming. So not just them, but a lot of stocks have been going down. And plus, a lot of the time during the pandemic, where a lot of these people were doing really good. Like
Mm-hmm.
even Twitter itself was like up a lot, and so was like Amazon and all these other ones. This quarter, because everybody started to go out again, a lot of them have seen a drop. So it's kind of like I don't know if the drop on Twitter affected Tesla by them saying, "Hey, we're going to buy these guys," and them not being up to par what they were before numbers. Because when everybody's at home, you're on your computer or you're on your streaming stuff, doing all kinds of stuff. When you can go out, you lose a lot of people. So I'm not saying that everybody's upset with it, but it could be a little bit of that, or a little bit of the like recession news dropping his stock. But it was above like $1,000 a little while ago. It was a good amount. I wish I had full shares of Tesla.
I mean, hey, you could always invest it like $1 a day at a time, and eventually, after a
And
few years,
I'll have one
you'll
share.
you'll have one share.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm good. I'm good the other way I'm doing it. A stock talk, dividend investing, guys. You get paid for having them keep your money. Uh, think about that, younger people. But yeah,
Yep, I'm up to $60 a month now.
damn dog. I think I'm at like 20 now. I, st-
So
I stopped. I
I
stopped for a little while.
I've just been putting in $5 a day. So
Yeah, I stopped a little bit. Went and bought like a bunch of AMC. Bought like Lucid and ChargePoint and a few other things, and I stopped putting in dividend stocks. But this past few couple like the month or two, I've been reinvesting into dividend because I'm like I'm alright with other stuff right now.
yeah,
So I'm going back to dividend. I got a couple of dividend stocks, other ones that I'm putting into, and buying some crypto. That was a big thing too. I started buying a lot of crypto. I'm still hoping crypto comes back. But I got some money divested into that stuff. Investments. But yeah. Anyways, back to Elon and his Twitter buy. Do you think? Do you even have an opinion on it? Like, what do you think about it?
I mean, me personally, it's like I don't even use Twitter,
Yeah.
so it's like who owns it doesn't really affect me. But it's
Yeah.
like in the sense that it's like okay, well, considering Elon owns what SpaceX,
Yeah.
Starlink,
Yeah.
Tesla,
Yeah.
and shit, and now throwing Twitter or whatever. I mean, isn't the whole point of like the way that we originally proposed our laws in the first place is so that not like one person or one group could have like a monopoly on like fucking everything kind of thing?
Oddly enough, yes and no. The
Because it's like I know like originally
so
the whole
so
point was like it was to prevent like one person being controlling everything in one area. Like for
yeah.
example, AT&T was the only person you could get
Yes.
like phone lines or internet through for like
Yeah.
whatever area you were living in, and that's part of the whole like law thing, even though that still goes on today,
Yes.
kind of shit. But it's like
No,
I don't know if like one person owning like
everything.
four or
Yeah.
five different fucking.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you. Yeah, yeah. So our rules exactly. It's one person can't monopolize one thing. So like you said, AT&T can't own every phone company out there and be like, guess what? We're the only phone company. That's where our laws do it. But AT&T could own like 70 different companies that maybe are all interconnected somehow and take over in a different way. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I feel. Obviously, he says free speech, this, and that. I don't know. I don't use Twitter too much, so I don't think I care. Everybody's like, "Oh, freedom of speech," and I'm like, "Sure, sure, sure," till it's not, because what I'm saying is he's got other companies that make sense, right? He's got Tesla that he's got to worry about. He's got like you said, Starlink,
Oh
uh,
yeah, and the Boring Company. I
and the
forgot about
Boring
the Boring
Company,
Company.
and SpaceX. So he's got like four companies already. Twitter is its own little beast because every country, it's in different countries. Every country has their own rules on how Twitter should be managed. So if it's privately owned by him? What happens when he gets sued? Is that going to cut into the profits of all the other companies?
I mean, it could. I
Because
mean, especially if, like, for example, say whichever company that is getting sued isn't doing too well, and so maybe he has to pull funds
yeah,
from the other companies in
that's
order to
that's
pay
what
for the lawsuit for that one.
that's what I was trying to say. Because they're all since it's all kind of connected. Is he going to be doing stuff like that? Because the thing is, you hear it all the time. Facebook, Twitter, Google, and them get sued all the time by like European countries and stuff for because their laws are really strict out there. And I mean, and this is everywhere. What happens
Mm-hmm.
when he doesn't do Twitter right? It's not like you can be like, oh, haha, psych. That's my only concern. Is it going to mess up the other companies? But who knows? We'll find out with the time, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
But yeah,
basically. I mean, we're basically only a week into this shit
yeah,
show, and there's plenty more shit show to be
hell yeah. It's
had.
like what 44 billion we said.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, but Elon doesn't like to shut the fuck up on Twitter either. But even before that,
Yeah, I know. Now that he owns it, he'll there ain't nobody stopping him. Um, twi-
so and how far is his supposed free speech going to be
no,
going?
I don't
Like
know.
if people block him and he owns the platform, is he going to turn around and just ban the account because technically he can because it's a private company and they can revoke access whenever
Hell yeah. Well, we'll see.
for any reason, or maybe he could just unblock himself that way.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, this is gonna be an interesting one, I think, for sure, as it progresses to find out what goes on. But dude, so E3 got canceled, right?
Yeah.
And I've been wondering, like, who's gonna be, when are we gonna start seeing, you know, pri- all these companies start doing their own, their own little private show things. And I just saw Xbox announces that June 12th they're going to have a showcase for Bethesda, or it says Xbox and Bethesda, but it's a showcase June 12th. And I was wondering, not just because of this, but we'll hit that. But do you really think we need those kind of shows anymore? Now that like they can kind of come directly to us like Nintendo Direct.
I mean, it depends. It's like it's kind of like a hit or miss because, like, when you think about it, it's like E3 used to be like, the big show
Yeah,
along with like maybe consumer electronics
yeah,
where you can maybe go in, get like some hands-on time. Maybe, developers will have like uh surveys or questions, have people ask you questions and like how did
yeah.
you like this, what do you think about that kind of thing, or whatever, and get some input, to tweak some things around in the game before it actually officially releases.
Yeah.
Now it's like we don't, but we do,
Hmm.
because demos are kind of making more of a comeback now. Like I don't know about much about on like PlayStation or Xbox, but I know you can download like a bunch of different demos on the Switch,
Yeah.
and even on Steam you can download, get demos for games, try them out for like the first one or two levels, depending on what the developer lets you do, and try them out that way before you purchase.
Hmm.
But it's like it's getting to a weird point where it's like, especially with the PSVR 2 or whatever, like before like VR took off,
Yeah.
and Oculus and HTC Vive and the PlayStation VR or whatever, you had so many demo stations set up everywhere, like trying to get people to try it or whatever. I don't know if you ever signed up or did any of those, because I did it for the Oculus and I also did it for the PSVR,
I don't. I've never had
before
those. So.
actually, buying the PSVR or whatever. And so it's like technology is advancing, but it's like we have an idea of how it's supposed to work, but we don't know exactly that specific piece of hardware is going to work.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the Oculus Quest 2, you can buy it right now and you can link it to your PC or whatever, or you can just do like the wireless remote play or whatever, and it works because it has inside out tracking.
Hmm.
Well, the PSVR 2 is also going to have, inside out tracking. So
Oh,
it's not going
nice.
to require like all the cameras anymore like before that it did, and the
Yeah.
controllers, it's all done in the headset now. So it's like, well, how smooth is it going to be or whatever? Is like the lighting of a room going to matter? How much space are you going to need in order to be able to play these games
Look,
efficiently
I'll be
and
honest with you,
all
Kendall.
that kind of stuff?
I've seen enough of those videos. You need some good space because I've seen people get hit. I've seen people hit things. It's pretty funny.
Oh, so I mean, it's just like, yeah, but in my opinion, like the more important part of it
Yeah.
would be how well it works. Like, is it smooth or whatever? Because it's only going to have the one cable connected to the PS5,
Yes,
which is
sir.
a USB-C cable. That's it. And there's no more breakout boxes. There's no more external cameras you need. There's no IR sensors, nothing.
Hmm.
It's all tracked within the headset based on the cameras in your environment and shit like that. So, and from a couple of friends that I know that have the Oculus Quest 2, I asked them how the Oculus Quest 2 works, like, and they said it works fine when it's plugged in, but it can get wonky if it's wireless.
Mm.
So I guess it depends.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, I have to assume wireless. There's. I mean, well, like it's always like the same thing. Like, right? You run your internet wirelessly to your PC and your gaming, and yeah, sure, dude, it works, but it's not as efficient or as good as if you had a wired connection to the PC.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
So, and not only that, but it's like there's also going to be like vibration and haptic feedbacks that's also built into the headset. So
uh,
it's like, is that going to mess with the cameras? Is it going to be a lot of feedback? Is it going to be a little feedback? And
mm,
you know, considering like the strength of the feedback, obviously it's going to be vibrating the whole headset, which is also going to do the camera. So how long is it going to last after
Yeah.
that? What's the warranty is going to be like, and so on and so forth. So it's just like it's a lot of wait and see,
Yeah.
but it's one of those things where I think being able to get some hands-on experience like at a store, like for a demo station,
Those used
like
to be cool.
you know, like they could do at shows like E3 and consumer electronic shows and
Yeah.
stuff like that, in order to figure out, okay, which one is best for you, because it's like some people may not have a lot of room, so they need something where they can like sit down with like an Oculus or like the original PSVR,
Hmm.
which you have some on rail shooters like Blood of Truth and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it's like,
Yeah. No, no.
I feel like there's a special
Place
place
for it.
for shows, and then I feel like if
I,
you want to watch it, digitally,
yeah.
you can also do that.
I like the
But
ideas
some
of
people like
shows.
hands-on, like
Yeah.
being there in the moment, in the atmosphere, and having all this crazy stuff going on, all the artwork and all the sounds and all the booths and everything. So
I like the idea of shows now. I don't know if it needs to be E3 and maybe it could be like E3 Roadshow kind of thing where they kind of go from, state to state or something. Maybe a little bit more like convention style. But
I mean, but considering what E3 is, that's a lot of stuff to like haul around, between
true,
states
true.
and
Well, I'm,
everything.
I'm not saying like maybe put it in a couple spots so different people can try it out is what I'm saying kind of. I'm not saying like 50 state wide, but like, you can have it like you do, maybe somewhere in LA, maybe somewhere in the East Coast or somewhere, that way more people can demo stuff and try stuff out in their areas. Like, and I'm talking more of like regular people than, the actual, like the actual press, because the press could get kids sent to wherever they're at and they'll get their hands
Yeah,
on it. I'm saying more for like the regular folk that want to try it out. Because I mean, I don't know. Because I mean, I don't know. I like the idea of it, but like, how do you save it? Now that everybody can do their own stuff, from wherever they are, and they can control however they want it to look.
yeah,
That's where I'm going with. Like, how do you save something that seems like a good fun thing when, in all honesty, do you really need it? Because if they wanted to, they could send out like the. You remember a few years back? I think it was Anime Expo. They did demos for like Jump Force.
I think I remember seeing them, but I never actually. Wait, no, no, no. We were going to go do it.
Yeah,
The line was like crazy, super
hell
long around
long.
the whole booth.
Yes, but things like that, like that's what I thought. Like, could they tag along to other people's conventions or other people's stuff to try to get their product, demos out to like, like a San Diego Comic Con or like a New York Comic Con and kind of. And this is more on the company themselves, like, PlayStation or Xbox or something, and put their own booth there, where a bunch of people are already coming anyways. A lot of the time, comic book people and anime people are gamers too, and you could just do it that way and have more of an more of a normal audience see your stuff and demo it. I mean, that's just the thought that pops into my head, like, because then, yeah, I like the show. I think when it's a gamer focused show, you know what you're going to get yourself into. So when you go there, you probably enjoy it more as a gamer,
Yeah,
right? Because that's why you would go, like, let's say you're more of a comic book guy or things like that. You would tend to go to a comic book convention, maybe forego the anime convention. But if you're more an anime person, that's why you would choose the anime convention. So that's why I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I would like to see them come back, but who knows?
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Actually, and just a quick insert with
yeah.
that, since you brought it up, and the first thing that popped into my head when when you asked, I was like, "Do you think we still need it?" Is do you remember midnight video game releases?
Yes, those were cool.
Going to the, like midnight gaming parties or whatever.
Listen,
Start lining up at 9 o'clock. They would have like, I don't know about like what they did for your area, but the GameStop, usually had like game trucks come
yeah.
over or they had
No.
like NOS
No.
drinks,
Wow.
NOS
Okay.
sponsors come
I don't know.
over.
I don't know where the hell you went, but that's cool. No, ours were a little bit more like gaming tournaments or something. Like, let's say you went for Smash Bros or something.
Oh yeah, and then we also had like because when I think it was Marvel vs. Capcom 3
Yeah.
when that came out or whatever, and, they had like a special like fan tournament or whatever,
Hmm.
play first place or whatever gets to pick up the game early and leave before midnight kind of thing,
Yeah.
and then like second place got like the cardboard like stand-in
Oh yeah, yeah,
advertisement
yeah.
board thing. And they raffled off some stuff like some keychains and some shirts, like small little knickknacks or whatever. But it was fun. It
Yeah.
was chill. There was like maybe 20, 30 people all just sitting there chilling,
Yeah.
talking about all the other games they've been playing, stuff they've been interested in and shit like that. So
Yeah, I don't know how much I could do it now, like, but I do have fond memories of those. I thought they were cool.
yeah, I remember those days fondly.
It was cool. I mean, I don't.
I really do. But
I
I
know.
mean,
I know they started
yeah, I
doing.
understand why they
Well,
kind of don't do it
no,
anymore.
I guess, but look, they switched it to basically be like, hey, if it's in the East Coast, it's midnight, and over here on the West Coast, it's not. It's like whatever 6 or something. Come and pick up your video game, midnight release, and you're like, what? All right, I guess.
So
I don't know. I mean, it was a thing of its time. I thought they were fun. I don't know why it changed. Like I said, I can't do them now. Unless they do like a Friday midnight release or something. But during the week, I probably couldn't do it anymore. I'm a little bit older now. It's tough to be up until midnight with a bunch of kids trying to get a video game.
yeah.
But it was fun, dude. I love doing it. I used to go. Uh,
Yeah, let's say I went
hell,
for a Persona 4 Golden. I went
uh
for Marvel vs.
huh.
Capcom. God of War.
Yeah,
Did I can't remember if it was.
dude, and it was the coolest because you would get your game, come home, and then you start playing it right at that time.
Yeah,
And you'd
exactly.
be up till like whatever wee hours of the morning, and you're like, all right, dude, I think I need to go to sleep now. It was fun.
Catch a few Z's and then wake up for a
Yeah,
morning shift
yeah,
at whatever. So
yeah. Those things were fun, dude. I loved it. We're gonna have to bring a comeback to all those things.
hey, you know what? Why not just open up a barcade?
True, but a cool one. I think. I mean, I'm not saying that they're not. Cool. Some of them aren't cool, but I don't know. It'd be nice. A few games got announced. I don't know if we talked about it, but they dropped a trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4. Did you see it?
Yep.
Pretty tight, right?
I mean, I could have sworn Kingdom Hearts 3 was the end of storyline, and that we were gonna
No.
continue with someone
What?
else, maybe to go
How?
pull him back
Well, I
or
did hear
find
that.
him or something.
I had heard originally
Like,
that that was it.
I could understand, like, maybe say, I don't know, maybe we took the place of Kyrie and
Yeah.
went looking for Sora, kind of thing, or Riku, who was supposedly supposed to be the original
Listen,
chosen Keyblade
can't
master,
keep my man down.
other than Sora.
You can't keep my
So,
man down.
but it's like it feels like because Nomura is the one that does
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts, and I'm pretty sure he's still upset about Final Fantasy 13 versus the whole world he was doing with that
Oh, that's why I heard that
became
this
Final
came
Fantasy
in.
15.
Yeah.
And so now he's just kind of like slowly putting it in Kingdom Hearts.
I know. I saw that, dude.
So
I'm like, you see Sora, and he looks like a Final Fantasy character now. I dig it.
yeah, exactly. And then it looks like a real world Tokyo kind of
Yeah.
esque area or whatever, and the buildings all look realistic and all that other shit. So it was just like, damn. Well, I guess we ain't in Disney right now, are we?
Nope. But I'm down for it. The little taste was a little taste. I'll see them in what 15 years before the next game pops out.
Yep, supposedly.
I don't
I
even.
mean,
Who the hell knows when it's gonna come out?
maybe it'll be another two console generations, like how it went from PS2 to PS4 before we got Kingdom Hearts 3.
Dude, and Kingdom Hearts 3 was always like, and it's coming, and it's coming, and I was like, I'm gonna die before this game comes out. I'm like, oh well. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe they'll release it sooner. And then
Well, I mean, because it's like we still have Final Fantasy 16 that we're waiting on.
mm,
You know, because I think he's also directing that Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 2 and Kingdom Hearts 4 now, on top of whatever mobile game projects he's also a part
yeah,
of. So there's a lot of shit in the pipe works for
yeah,
Square, just between Final Fantasy and fucking Kingdom Hearts. So,
yes, sir. You ever play Modern Warfare, like the new one?
not the new one. Is there a new one for Modern Warfare? The last one I played was Vanguard, which was the new one. And the zombies on that kind of suck, so I was just like, I didn't play it very much.
No, because you know how they used to have like that, like well, you know they recently redid like they redid Modern Warfare or whatever for Call of Duty. I mean,
Did they?
yeah, it was like Modern Warfare One. It was like a redone of like the old Modern Warfare's
Was that the one that was like
Ghost.
bundled into?
Yeah, when they first started Warzone.
Yeah, because it was bundled into something or
No, 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 no.
whatever.
I think you're thinking about the vintage like Modern Warfare is where they put them all together. Well, anyways, they're coming out with Modern Warfare 2 officially. They just announced it.
Yeah, and, apparently it says campaign remastered.
I know. I think that was like I said. I think that was the older one, then. Because they had an older Modern Warfare, and then they brought out the new Modern Warfare, and I was like, all right, because it went from Modern Warfare to like Infinity War. No, not Infinity War. What the fuck am I talking about? Oh my god, it went from Modern Warfare, and then they had those jumpsuits, and they went into space, and that shit was whack.
I forget which one that was.
But yeah. Anyways, yeah, it went like that, and then
Yeah,
they.
I think it was one of the Black Ops ones, wasn't it?
Oh, okay, that's what it was. Black Ops. Okay, maybe. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, they got the Modern Warfare now, and they got Modern Warfare 2 coming out, and I'm all for it. It seems cool. I like the Modern Warfare one. Then Disney announced a game like Animal Crossing style game. That's what they're calling it. Dreamlight Valley. Seems a little
That,
interesting. You kind of like interact with Disney characters, and you make your own little avatar, and you kind of have your own little like place in there. So there you go.
I mean, I mean, if it's anything like Animal Crossing, it'll be like mega huge for a couple months or whatever, or maybe it won't even be mega huge because when Animal Crossing came out on the Switch, that was like literally right at the start of the pandemic. So
Yeah,
that was the point where everyone was like,
I got nothing to do. Let me. Yeah.
quarantining, staying inside, and everything. And then here you go, you got Animal Crossing that just happened to like magically release at the most opportune possible time. That
Yeah.
just millions and millions of people picked up and whatever, and we're walking around shoveling for fossils and
Mm-hmm.
fishing up random fish and just whatever. So it's like maybe it'll be a complete flop. Maybe it won't be because it's Disney. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Okay. Here's another one. Let me talking about Disney and all these guys and video games and whatnot. I'm gonna blow your mind here. Um, Xbox and PlayStation, excuse me, want to add ads to their games
Okay. Now,
because I know this is a tough.
one,
Mm-hmm.
just to clarify, according to all the articles I saw about this,
I know,
it's for the free to play games
sure,
that
but
want to add ads.
right.
But it's kind of one of those situations where it's like, give an inch, they'll take a mile kind of
Fuck.
thing.
Okay,
So
thank you.
more than likely, the ads will
Now,
slowly bleed over into full price games, just like
exactly.
microtransactions have.
Now,
So
from what I've understood, also to give that little caveat, I've heard it would be like in the opening screens, like before you start the game or whatever. I mean, before you go into the actual game, and maybe in game might be like depending on what game you're playing, maybe a billboard might have like drink Pepsi or something, like that, like a little advertisements kind of hidden here and there, to where it's supposed to not bother you as a gamer. But you know how that goes. Just like you said, you give them, they take you give an inch, they take a mile. Next thing you know, you might have the I don't know the Coke sniper and the Pepsi revolver.
I mean, it's just like technically, I feel like I remember like some old games or whatever that had product placement
Yeah,
ads in them.
yeah.
like Monster Energy drinks or Red Bulls and
Sure,
stuff like that.
sure.
And but it's like
Here's my thing, Kendall. Free to play
the ad.
games. A lot of free to play games aren't free to play though.
Well, I mean, they're
They
free to play in a sense. It
yes,
some people like call it like free to start because they're
yeah.
because when you're playing the game, at some point
They get
you
you.
have to start paying or whatever in order to either A, like be competitive, or B, whether if it's, to get through things in a
Hmm.
timely manner. Because like for the mobile games or whatever, they're all pretty much like free to play.
Yeah,
Like you just download it or whatever, maybe watch some videos, get some coins or whatever.
yeah,
In the beginning, it's not so bad, and then you get to the point where it's like those special treats or whatever get less and less and less and less and less, and then you need to spend more, more and more to get like stuff
yeah.
that you want, kind of
Like
things.
for example, Pokemon Go. Sure, you can go to Pokestops if you can and get Pokeballs if you can, and you can put your Pokemon in the Pokestops to get coins, so that way you can upgrade stuff. But let's be honest, it takes forever to do it that way. Or every once in a while, you can drop $10 here, $10 there, and you know,
Oh, don't even get me started on Pokemon Go. That one summer when it was like when it first came out, and it was all the fucking craze and
yeah.
shit. I spent
Listen,
like $200 in a month for
listen,
that.
listen. Brittany still plays, baby. We're still
I
on it.
know she does.
Hey,
I know she still
listen,
does.
listen. The day you want to come back, we're family. What did Vin Diesel say? Family. We'll be there. Brittany's still holding it down for us. So when we want to come back, you
She's
know,
like, hey, let me get some Pokeballs and some candies
yeah,
over here.
she'll let me
It
send
was like,
let me send you them gifts. Don't even trip. I got them. But yeah, no, I mean that's the thing. That's what conflicts me. Where I'm like, why do you need ads? Like I get it, but you're already charging us money. I mean, look at Fortnite. I'll tell you, I dropped money on skins. I know people are like, why would you do that? Oh, listen.
well, that's the thing. It's like skins.
I
I can
got no.
understand.
Hang on, Ken. They dropped Rogue from the X-Men. I had to get her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they're dropping more shit too. Like they just dropped Capcom characters.
Listen. They're gonna. I'm waiting for them to drop more anime characters. I think they're fucking up. Give me all the anime characters on there. I'll buy them. Give me everything you got. What are we gonna do? Like Luffy, Aaron Yeager? I don't know. Um,
You know what? You know what? If they drop like some Jujutsu Kaisen skins,
yo, let's
maybe.
go. You coming back? Let's go.
I mean, I tried out the solo mode.
What do you think?
I downloaded it on PS5 and I downloaded solo mode. I played 3 games. I won all 3 fucking games.
Hey, listen.
And honestly, I felt bad because it's like I literally dropped in, having never played Fortnite other than like once, many many years ago.
Yeah,
But I didn't keep playing because of the whole the build mode thing.
yeah.
You know what? It
It
just didn't
killed it.
click for
Yeah.
me. It wasn't my thing. And so I was like, you know what? And then I heard about the solo mode, the no build mode. So I did that, and I played 3 games, and I won all 3 games. Literally,
Hey, listen.
the first game was Victory Royale, no crown. The next 2 was Victory Royale with
Right.
crowns.
Listen. That's why you got to keep going, boy. You'll be the next ninja. You know what I'm saying?
It's like that's what my friends were saying. I'm like, but I feel bad for the kids that they
Hey,
sit there and I get locked in the game and I kill them, and my friends just straight up tell
have
me,
you,
it's like, you know what? Fuck them
that's what I was
kids.
gonna say. No, you know what you're doing. Look, I have kids, and you know what you're doing. You're teaching them a lesson on being humble. Sometimes
So,
you gotta take those losses with stride, and you gotta come back to the next game. Kendall, you're teaching them a good lesson.
so it's just like,
Sometimes these kids
yeah.
gotta
I
get an
mean,
ass whooping.
there's plenty of skins they could add or whatever. Like, honestly, if they
Yeah,
did like some Dragon Quest skins or like Persona skins,
there you go.
I, I'd be down for some Persona skins. I'm not gonna lie. Like for example, I started playing Final Fantasy. Was it Brave Exvius again?
Mm-hmm.
One of the mobile games. Um, but because they're doing a Persona crossover for Persona's 25th anniversary,
Mm-hmm.
and they gave you Makoto, who's my favorite character in the whole series, for free.
So you were like, "Thank you very much. Here I come."
I was like, yes. All right, so I logged in and I got I got the character, and I'm just like, shit. I'm trying to prevent myself from spending money to get the rest of the characters
But
because
you
they
did.
also did that with Xenogears or whatever. And when they did the Xenogears one, I was on that shit 24/7. I got every character all the way up to max and everything. And I was just like, bitch.
That's how they
I
get
forgot how
you.
much I spent, but
That's how they get you. But that's the thing that I'm like, with you already get us spending money if they do it right. That's the thing.
yeah.
If they do it right, you'll get the guys that want to come and they'll spend money. Couldn't they concentrate more on doing that to get us to put money down than to try to milk with advertisements? Because look, it's gonna start off small and then it's just gonna get annoying. I know it because nobody can ever hold back. Because as soon as money comes into play and they go, "Wow, look at all the money we made in advertisements. What if we added more?"
Yeah, see, there was one of the NBA 2K games that tried to sit there and do like the ads in it or whatever that people absolutely fucking hated and started complaining about like, why the fuck are you forcing ads on
Yeah,
me in a game that I paid full price for and
exactly.
shit? Like, what the hell is this? Let's see. Let's see, NBA 2K ad. Yeah, this was 2 years ago. This was back in 2020 or
Damn.
in 2019.
Well, they've just been trying to figure out how to work it. That's all it is. And now they're like free to play. People won't get too mad. I don't know.
Yeah, so NBA 2K, I think it was 2K19 or 2K20 that
Yeah.
they like the loading screens were all ads,
Yeah.
ads for shit, and people were like, and they couldn't skip it. They're unskippable and all that other shit, and the game cost $60 full price on release and all this shit. And they also had their what's it called because every one of the sports games has like their money making mode. Like
Yeah.
for MLB the Show, it's Diamond Dynasty. For
Feet.
FIFA or
I got
whatever,
that
you got the
card.
character cards
Yeah.
and shit. And so NBA 2K has the same thing. And then they threw in ads on top of that, and people were just losing their shit over it. And it was just like, oh my god. So, but it's like I can understand why they would do it on free to play games,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, it's not necessary because it's like all people want to do is look cool and do cool looking shit. If you can,
100%.
that's all you need to do. If you make that and you sell it for like, say, like a bundle pack, like Naruto throwing,
Listen,
fucking Rasengan's or whatever as a grenade.
I bought Naruto, and then I bought the Kuruma. So now I'm Naruto flying on top of the Nine-Tailed Fox.
See, there you go. Cool looking skins, doing cool looking shit. And how much did you pay for those?
Look, I didn't want to fucking talk about it. I think I ended up spending like $20.
Yeah, see, look, $20.
But
I mean,
but
it's a
here's the
proven
thing:
thing.
it's not
All
20 bucks
people want
from.
to do.
It might sound like a little bit when you go like, well, it's only 20 bucks. But listen, it's 20 bucks from not just me, but from like hundreds or thousands of dudes who are like, yeah, I remember Naruto. Oh wait, I want to have Naruto with a Glock. Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, that's kind of like the point I'm making. You don't need to sit there and throw ads in your game to make extra
No.
money. Just give us cool looking shit. People
Yes,
will
sir.
buy cool looking shit.
Bring the lightsabers back. I want to have a lightsaber.
Like you said, if they brought back lightsabers, would you pay $10 to have a lightsaber?
Fuck. No. Yes, but I don't want to.
Yeah, see, there you go.
But I
They
would.
don't need to. They don't need to throw ads in free to play games.
I
All they need to do is give
know.
us cool looking shit. I mean, technically, they could do that for all games.
Yes.
Technically, they don't even need to put like a sticker tag like
Listen.
60, $70 on games
Listen.
anymore.
Modern Warfare. Give me Darth Vader and his gun. I don't know. It shoots out lasers, and I'd be like, "Fuck it, I'm there."
See, exactly.
I bought the Scream dude. I don't play Modern Warfare that much, but I went back and I bought the Scream dude because when I do play, I want to be him. It's stupid. It's stupid, and I know it's stupid, but I'm like, you know what? I just can't stop myself from being like, "Fuck yeah, dude, I want it."
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I wonder how much fucking
When am I gonna?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel came out. That game was a card game, came out free and everything.
Fuck.
And that came out what?
Listen, I can pride myself in saying that I did not spend one penny on Master Duel yet.
Yeah, same for me. But
But still, I was
you
on
you
that
you,
shit
you know
fucking 24/7.
there was a lot of people that fucking sat there
Oh,
and like wanted to build like their cool
hell
decks or
yes, dude.
like
Kendall,
insta kill decks and all this other shit so they were
I
freaking
made
throwing
sure
cash.
I made sure to make a Gravekeeper's deck, and that was what I rocked almost 100% of the time. Because it's if you want to make every deck you want, you gotta pay. Like if you want that deck right away, you gotta pay. And I realized that I'm like, oh no, they want me to spend my real money on these cards. I don't think so. But I know there were people spending money on these cards because they whooped my ass time and time again. I'm like, there's no way you built those cards. Fuck no. You bought those cards. But I don't know. I agree with you. Just put cool shit in games and we're gonna buy it because that's what kind of people we are. And don't put any NFTs because fuck that shit. We don't need no NFT bullshit attached to games.
Yeah, don't need that shit. Just
Just
you know what?
skins.
Stop selling games. Just make them all free to play, and just give us cool skins to work with. That's it.
Yeah, that's right. If
And charge us money for skins.
you want Kratos to actually be able to whoop people's asses with weapons, you better pay for his good weapons.
No.
Oh,
Don't pay for the weapons. Pay
oh,
for weapon skins.
oh. Okay, because you want the sword to look like a sword and not a dagger, then you gotta buy this skin.
No. Like say you want like say he gets like a two-handed sword or whatever, like he had in what God of War 3,
Mm-hmm.
where he killed Zeus with it or
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
That sword. Imagine that being like Epion's fucking beam saber.
Fuck. Oh, I see what you're saying. You want Kratos to look like a Gundam with a beam
Yeah,
saber?
I want Kratos
Uh
to
huh.
be fucking Epion, straight up, full suit of armor. You know what? Fuck it. Make him guts. Make him berserk. Give him the berserk armor.
$15. All right, I guess I'll do it. I guess I gotta do it.
And and instead of like he's normal form,
Yeah,
and then he goes into God Rage mode or whatever, the armor fully activates and encloses over him, and you start beating the shit out of people. And wouldn't that be badass?
that would be pretty badass. I would think I would pay for
Yeah.
it.
See, there you go.
Talking about
I just thought of an idea how it could be implemented, where it could be designed around. Boom.
Okay, all right. With that, I want to say this because you just remind me. Did you hear that they were gonna have a Gundam Overwatch game?
Yeah, didn't they recently like do a
Ye-
beta for it or whatever, like a
Something like
closed
that.
beta? Or was
Listen,
it a different game that they
no,
did?
I think it was that one, and I think it's gonna be free to play, and I'm excited and I want to play it.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
So
I'm gonna give it a try, especially since it's free
I think
or
that's what I
whatever.
heard. It's free to play, and I want to be a giant
It's
mech.
like I only need 4 Gundams. I only
Okay,
need 4, and
rock
I
'em.
don't care
Which
if I would
ones?
have to pay. Sorry, 5.
Okay, which ones? Go.
Okay, I need Gundam 00 with
Okay.
riser attached,
Oh fuck
so
yeah. Okay.
full.
Okay.
Wing Zero Endless Waltz version with the angel wings.
Okay.
Epion
Okay.
Death Scythe
Ooh, cuss.
modified, not the original one, the one
Endless Waltz.
modified for outer space
Okay. Okay.
battles,
Yeah.
and heavy arms
Okay. Why isn't Master Asia in your list?
because Double O Riser.
Yeah. No, I said Master Asia because he comes in the fucking horse, bro, and then he does that whole spin thing, and his head stands still, but his body spins. Come on, bro. You can't tell me you don't got no G Gundam. I need one Tequila Gundam. All right. From the Mexican Federation in G Gundam. All right, let's start there. 2, I'm gonna need obscure Gundams. Crossbones Gundam. Fuck it, we're gonna go with that one. I'm gonna need Barbatos Lupus Rex from Iron Blood Orphans. If you haven't watched that series, Kendall, you should. It's really fucking good. You'll love it. Uh, Obviously, like you said, Wing Gundam Zero Custom. Uh, I will say this: it has a lot of potential because there's a lot of Gundams. Turn A Gundam, a bunch of different versions of the ARC 72. You got different weapons and shit. if this thing has loot boxes like Overwatch did, where you would buy the loot boxes and you kind of pull out skins and different colors and shit, I think this might do good because now that we're starting to name Gundams, I'm like, fuck yeah, dude.
There's a lot, dude. I
Yeah,
mean, even like just between like the different Zaku models or whatever, there is a
fuck yeah.
fucking shit ton. And then you got different Aries, and then Pisces, and
Char's Zaku.
so, and then you got Strike Gundams, Freedom Gundam.
Ale Strike Gundam, and then yeah, you got dude.
There's a fucking lot.
There's a lot. There's a fucking lot, and I'm down for it. And then if you do crossover, like I don't know, you can Evangelion in there.
Oh, please don't. That's gonna take out my wallet.
Evangelion Gundam. So it's not it's not just
I can honestly now I have an idea. Now I
yes.
need to see someone
Okay.
make an Epion Eva Unit 1 crossover build fusion.
I bet you can. I bet you
Because they're pretty much the same color schemes. You know, they got the dark maroon / purple or whatever with a little bit of like orange highlight, neon green highlight, or whatever. Boom. You cross those over. I want to see it now. I need someone to make that. I need someone to make it.
let me see. Yeah, no, there's a lot of potential for the game. I hope. I don't know. Now I'm excited. Now I got myself excited for something that's probably not going to happen. Kendall.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. You know, just worry about when the game comes.
Yeah, I'm already like, yo, I can't wait till they have all these other ones. Imagine you get big Gundams and then you get like little SD Gundams, with an odd job hitbox that you can't hit at all.
Fuck odd job, man.
I don't know. I'm excited for that game.
Man, that character was banned from every GoldenEye. Fucking.
What are you talking about? That was the best fucking character ever. Man with a golden
No,
gun.
because no, fuck that guy.
No, hey, it's not my fault that you wanted to be Jaws and you were too tall.
Nah, I wasn't even fucking Jaws.
Listen, big heads, little bodies.
Anyone that picked Oddjob was an asshole. Anyone who picked Oddjob.
That's why I played it with. That's why I played it with big heads. So that way I was like, "Fuck you, Oddjob. We're gonna get you all right."
So fucking dumb.
It was the best. GoldenEye. If nobody's played it, go ahead, go back, play it. It's a great game. It'll really bring people back. And then when you try to hide with a big head, you couldn't hide because you could still see the head through the fucking little hidden spots. You'd be like, I see him. Rockets and proximity mines. That's it. No, it's a game. How come they haven't brought that back so we can play online?
I don't know. They tried to bring Perfect Dark back.
Did it work? Because I heard you say try.
I don't know if it came out yet. Hold on. Perfect Dark reboot, because I haven't heard anything about it in a while.
Yeah.
So I think it's going. Yeah. See, it's still in development.
Oh, okay.
Last news was like March 15th. And apparently staff is leaving due to slow development progress.
Well, there you go.
But it's not dead yet. It just says that staff is currently slowly leaving.
I love it. It's not dead yet.
Exactly. Gotta keep the hope alive.
Huh? Talking about hope. Kendall, you were talking about earlier that you are redoing your character on WoW. What's that about?
Oh, well, I just felt like playing WoW again and decided to start over, make a new character from the ground up just to regain my bearings and all that other stuff, revisit the story, see if I can, refresh myself. Because of the new World of Warcraft expansion that was announced last week, World of Warcraft Dragonflight.
So what's that about? Like, we're going to get to fight dragons? We're going to get to ride dragons? We're going to get to be dragons?
All the above. Literally.
Sick. So is there a new like a class or something?
There's going to be a new class and a new race, which is the new race is going to be the Drakthir, which are basically created by the aspects of the dragonflight, because there's 5 different aspects. Well, where basically, if you've been playing the game, some are dead, some are not.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got the red dragonflight, blue dragonflight, green dragonflight, bronze dragonflight, and the black dragonflight.
Mm-hmm.
Now, black dragonflight, we've killed their leader multiple times. Green dragonflight, the old leader is technically dead, but now in Shadowlands. So she's kind of stuck there in the afterlife or whatever, so her daughter's supposed to be taking over.
Mm.
Blue Dragonflight, we killed the leader of. Bronze Dragonflight is about time, and we technically killed his future evil self,
Nice.
which is supposed to be happening on an endless loop according to the lore. So technically, the only original aspect is the Red Dragonflight, who's the only one that we haven't killed any of the leaders for yet.
And that's what this expansion is kind of going to go about?
So basically, the expansion is we're all going back to the Dragon Isles, which is where the dragon aspects used to live before the sundering that happened on Azeroth that caused shit to go crazy and they had to leave to go help fix it and all that other shit. But now we're coming back from Shadowlands, aka the afterlife, in a sense, to go to the Dragon Isles to help the Dragonflights kind of like reestablish their place on Azeroth and see like where their society is going to be going forth from there, which is where we are getting the Drakthir from, which are created from the Dragonflights as to be part either of the Alliance or the Horde. And the only class they can be so far is the Evoker, which is also the new class, which uses powers from like 2 of the Dragonflights at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Like for healing or whatever, it's the green Dragonflight and the bronze Dragonflight, and then for damage, it's going to be the red Dragonflight and the blue Dragonflight. Now that leaves out the black Dragonflight, so we don't know if there's going to be another thing, like, or if that's going to be like an in-between part of both of the healing or the damage specs, or if they're going to just make it a full-blown tanking spec, which is what everyone's kind of asking for, because the game needs more tanks. But it looks interesting, and so plus you get to be a dragon.
Fuck yeah. So does that mean that the character that you're going to use now, you're going to have to remake a new one if you want to be the dragon?
Yep, but usually, like, when it comes to, like, expansion specific, like, type characters, like, when they first released the Demon Hunter,
Yeah.
it was, like, 10 or 20 levels behind level cap for the expansion, and the starting area basically gets you up to max level.
Oh, okay.
It's like the starting area for whenever you create it, so what's probably going to happen here is the current level cap is 60, so they'll probably start off around like 55, 58 maybe, and their whole starting area will probably get them up to the 60 or 58 or 60, so that way they can just jump straight into like the expansion content from there for these new characters anyway.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That makes sense.
So basically the new shiny, usually overpowered at the beginning because, you know, new and shiny.
Right. Because they want you to go there and grab it. That's tight, though. I mean, I've always enjoyed dragons. I always think it's cool.
So, yep. And a lot of people are happy that we're, you know, leaving this whole cosmic threat and shit like that. So it's just like, fuck.
Going back to...
And, you know, going back to the old classic roots or whatever of just exploring the planet, you know, that we all started on and all that shit. So, because believe it or not, there's, you know, when you think Warcraft, you think like old medieval fantasy, humans versus orcs kind of shit like that. Well, what if I told you there's been time travel, interplanetary travel, space travel, stuff like that?
So you guys became the Marvel movie universe?
Basically, kind of, yeah.
Fuck.
So, yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I always thought it was...
people are happy to be getting away from, like, all that
craziness,
shit.
Yeah.
And just being able to, like, stick on, like, planet we started with in the first
Dude,
place.
I always thought that the whole lore was just on the planet, and it was like, like Lord of the Rings type shit the whole time. I didn't know you guys were
Oh
fucking
no, we were going to different planets. We were going to alternate universes of
on
one
what?
planet.
What were you guys going to planets with? Like a spaceship?
Yes,
Fuck what?
yes. I shit you not. That like literally the Draenei's, which was
What
one
the?
of the
Would you guys have your own Elon Musk?
kind of yeah, but
Fuck.
no, like literally there's Draenei spaceships.
So, so you guys rode on spaceships, and then you guys went to hell and back.
Basically, well, not necessarily hell, but the
Yeah,
afterlife.
yeah. So when did Thor show up?
Thor technically would
Get the fuck
be.
out of here! I was a joke. Oh fuck.
uh,
All right. I mean that's cool. Well, at least you guys are going, I guess, back to basics. I mean, fuck.
well, yeah, that's kind of like the whole thing, and they're supposed to like revamp all of Flight. They're bringing talent trees back, which I'm happy for because a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, if they bring back talent trees, there's only going to be like one build or whatever that you can do." And it's like I'm just like, shut the fuck up, stop. You're right, but shut the fuck up. Because it's like in a game of numbers, there's
Yeah.
obviously always going to be one set path that is always better than all the others,
Sure. Sure.
no matter what you do. Like for example, what was a game that you recently played where you had like tech trees that you had to choose between or whatever?
I don't know, like Horizon maybe? No.
Okay, like say for Horizon, there's obviously some upgrades that are better than others, right?
Sure, sure. You want to get in the beginning before you don't want to wait to the end. You want to get those right out of the bat.
Okay. Well, basically for this or whatever, like to get to like the better shit or
Yeah.
whatever, like the way talent trees used to work is like you would start off, like with your basic shit, and then like after you put so many points into like a certain tree, it would unlock. You would have the ability to unlock like a special ability just specifically made for that tree
Yeah.
and everything. But it's like you had a finite amount of points. Like, because back in vanilla, level cap was 60. And you got a total of 51 talent points total.
Yeah.
Now, normally what you would do is the like most bang for your buck ability would be at the end of the tree, which would have been your 31st point, in that tree. So, like, you would do, say, 20 in one tree, 31 in another, so you can get that really super cool ability, and then completely ignore that third tree
Yeah.
because it didn't have what you want. Well, then there were also times where you could mix and match and do cool, weird shit, like, say, 21 in one tree, 5 points in another tree, and then 25 in another tree.
Yeah.
And you can mix and match, and sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't.
Sure.
But it's like a lot of these people are sitting there saying, "Oh, everyone's just going to go all cookie cutter again." We're like, "Fuck, no, I'm not. I'm gonna fuck around with so much shit. It's gonna be insane." And that's one of the things I'm looking forward to because I miss being able to do that shit because it's like you find the weirdest shit to work
Yeah.
together to find like the most weird OP shit you never even would have thought of before.
That's how it normally
Because
works.
most people are just like looking up at guys, being like, "Okay, take this first, then this."
Yeah.
Like, no. I mean, I get that some people like to play games that way. Not giving you guys any shit for playing that way.
No, yeah. Everybody's
It's
got their
just
own
me
style.
personally. I like to discover and find shit out myself rather than looking up guides telling me what to put in, where to put in,
It's
and
your
all that
place.
other
It's
shit.
your place outlook. It's just like when I play Overwatch, right? This goes with your play style. Everybody's play style is different, right? When I used to play Overwatch, I used to play Torbjorn and Bastion, right? Because I like to shoot. That's what I like to do, and like kind of run in and shoot. So as Bastion, I would run, find a spot, and then I start shooting people down, mowing them down. That's what I like to do. I wasn't the kind of guy who was like, let me run in and do. What I would do is jump on the point and shoot the shit out of people, and I was like, that's my job. I would just yell Leroy Jenkins, and I would just jump down and start shooting people. That's it. That's what I did. And it either look, it worked 100% of the time, 50% of the time is what I'm saying. Okay, I'm the first one to
Yeah,
die.
exactly.
I'm the first one to die, or I'm the first one to bring victory. That's it. There's no in between. It's either all in or all out. That was it. But that was my playstyle, and that's how I like to play. It's exciting. But I get it. I get it. You can be the kind of guy that likes, the middle of the thing, which isn't. There's nothing wrong with that. Or you can be the guy who likes the wild side, and you're gonna experiment and figure out what worked, what didn't work, what you like, because you're gonna end up some sick spells or some sick stuff at the end. Things that people are
Yeah,
gonna be like, "What the
exactly.
fuck? That's tight," and you're like, "Yeah." But if it's, you know what it always does? It always fits your play style. Because if you're more of the tank, like you said, you're more of the tank guy. Obviously, you're gonna go with whatever the hell works for a tank guy.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not, and everybody's different, and that's why you pick different members on a team.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been good at a healer because I run away and start shooting shit. So
Look, to be fair, the only healer I play is more, and I play her as more of a damage dealer than I do a healer. So I'm just saying.
hey, look, I love it. I love it. Fuck healing. All right, it's all about damage. Let's go.
Like I've soloed Roadhogs, I've soloed Pharahs, I've soloed Maze. I've soloed like almost everybody with a Moira.
Oh, and talking about that, have you heard of the Overwatch 2 stuff coming out?
Uh, I've heard about it. I haven't seen any of the
Dude,
stuff
I'll
for
I'll
it
be
yet.
honest.
So
I have not played it in so long that I'm kind of like, man, I don't even know how I feel about it. I moved on. I don't know if I'm gonna go back.
isn't Overwatch 2 also supposed to be like player versus computers or whatever,
I
and it's
don't
supposed to
even
be like
I don't even know anymore.
more of a cooperative thing than it is like PvP like it is now.
Oh shit, I don't know, dude. They've been changing so much shit. I don't even know. All I know is I'm excited for that Gundam game. That's it.
Now you got Gundam Overwatch. You don't even care about Overwatch anymore.
Nah, free to play. I don't have to buy it like I did Overwatch, and it's Gundams, baby. Let's go. Ava one colors, like Kendall said. Think about it, guys. Think about it. Well, Kendall.
And speaking of
Oh
which,
yeah.
since we're talking about free to play games or whatever, Diablo Immortal finally got a release date
Oh,
and
when's
is
that?
also going to be getting a PC port. So it's not just going to be on mobile phones anymore, and it's
But
also
Kendall,
going to be cross progression.
But don't you have a phone in your pocket?
No, I have my phone right here on my desk. I don't even have
No.
it in my pocket.
Well, no. What was it when he went on stage when they were announcing it or something? It's like everybody's got a phone, right?
No, it's like, don't you guys have phones?
There you go. And I was like, and I pulled out my flip phone and said, "Yeah, but the jitterbug doesn't have capabilities, sir."
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you gonna test it out? You gonna give it a shot? Give us a review for
Well,
it?
I mean, it's free to play, so I figured, and why not? I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a look, see how I feel about it, whether if I like it or not.
But they are still developing another like full
Yeah, and
game, right?
they're also doing Diablo 4.
Okay. Because I thought I also heard that they were actually coming out with a full game like later on.
But yeah, so this was announced on the 25th, so on Wednesday or Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And it just came out of nowhere. I looked up YouTube and I saw Diablo Immortal announcement, so I checked it out, and then
When is this
it's
supposed
gonna
to
be
drop?
June 2nd.
Oh, damn! It's not that far away.
Nope, it's now about a month and a day away. So yeah,
Yeah, we're getting pretty close.
and you can pre-register to
Get extra stuff.
for like an open beta
Oh,
or whatever, or
I thought it was gonna be
early
like
release or something. I don't know.
I thought it
All I
was
know
gonna
is if
like when you pre-order and they give you like a special skin or like 1,000 little coins or something. For the mobile game sometimes.
yeah. So I don't know if because it's for PC because you have
Mm.
to do it through the BattleNet application
Oh, okay,
or
okay.
whatever on PC. So I believe the mobile version is having its full release on June 2nd, and that's also when the open beta for PC
Oh,
is going to be
okay. I
starting.
see, I see, I see. Well, that's
So
cool. I mean, fucking. I mean, check it out, Kendall. Let us know what you think.
I mean, it's a free Diablo game, so if you like Diablo games, you might as well check it out. It's going to have both PC and mobile phone cross progression and
Mm-hmm.
cross play, so PC players can play with mobile phone users can play with PC players. And you can take your PC save to go on your mobile phone and vice versa.
Yeah.
So,
Cool. Well, Kendall, we hit about our hour now, so I guess we're gonna be saying goodbye. So,
yeah.
Kendall, where can the good folks find you?
Well, at the moment, if you want to follow me on Twitch, which I'm currently on hiatus because I've been busy with work and shit and all the overtime, you can follow me at twitch.tv/Esper6476. Also need to get to working on setting up a chat bot for commands and all that other fun shit. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Esper56, which is usually where I go to post random things like food or when I'm going live for stream.
Hell
So,
yeah! And he's got you added those new emotes on your thing because I remember for the longest time you had a chicken and now you got a couple other ones, right?
yeah, I actually just added another one
Oh, sick!
a couple of days ago.
Oh, nice.
It's a charging one, but it's charging with a chicken leg.
Yeah, oh, that's sick. I'm gonna have to check it out right now. But yeah, no, you guys should give him
There,
a watch.
I'll send you a picture of it.
Tight. You guys should give him a follow. Give him a watch. It's pretty entertaining. I jump on there and talk to him while he's streaming. It's a real good time. You can find me on our Instagram at Los Muchachos Media. I haven't really been posting anything lately because we weren't for the longest time we weren't really going to conventions or doing anything. But I'm gonna start posting stuff on there and. I'll have the links to my personal Instagram there later, but yeah, you can find us on Instagram, Los Muchachos Media. Same thing on Twitter, on YouTube. We put this up on YouTube and we put it on podcast platform. So give us a like and a follow and all those things. Uh, just want to appreciate everybody that listens. Thank you very much, guys. And with that, I've been Fred.
And I've been Kendall.
And we will see you hopefully next week. And if not, as soon as we can get back. Later, everybody.
All right, take it easy.